What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at new MMO, just hit Steam, Ethyrial Echoes of Yore. I don't know nothing about this game. I haven't seen this, wasn't on my radar at all, and I'm a fan of MMOs. I feel like I tried damn near every one of them. I'm kind of surprised this one slipped by. Like I said, I haven't seen nothing about this game. I wanted to give it a try. Kind of my first impressions from the eyes like an average Joe, just a normal dude, checking to pick up a new game. Currently on Steam, sitting at an abysmally low 35% review rate, so mostly negative. And I just don't know, day one launch. I mean, they're really important. You know, you got to get that burst of people in, especially for MMOs. You want a high player base before it filters down to what is going to be your actual player base. So, but you know, from looking at the website, from checking the About Steam section, the game looks like it has potential. It looks like it's got some really cool things going on with it. So I just wanted to kind of try it out, first 10 hours or so, playtime, maybe get a sense of if there is something it can build upon, if it has the core foundation of what could be a good game, or if it really does own that 35% negative review rate. We're going to get right into it, get in on the character creation, see what's happening. Character, alright. Got a couple different hairstyles here. Nothing too crazy. Let's go with like the slick back. I like the slick back style. Go with, looks like, what is this? Facial? Yep, looks like scars maybe. Yeah, I like that. I like scars on my characters when I'm playing them. I don't know. I like the badass characters. I like to look cool. You know, I don't want to look like an elf or nothing. I'm a dwarf guy, alright? So we'll take a look here. Some beards. Got anything really good? Short, clean, kind of scruffy. I don't know. Look at the kind of scruffy. Not a whole lot of options so far. This is arms. Ooh, I don't know about that. That's fine, but I mean, hopefully it could change in game too. I don't like when you get one character the whole time. That's just what your character looks like. Hopefully the gear in game will show too. I think it might. I don't know though. We'll see. Roguish, naked, alright, whatever. Float your boat. Yeah, let's go barbarian. You know, that's fine. Let's take a quick look here. Rogue, yeah, it looks like everything's kind of going to follow that same style it had. So, kind of looks like there's 3 or 4 styles you can kind of mix and match with. It's like female, male genders, kind of your pretty basic stuff. Hair color, is it all only brown? Oh, no, looks like you got a full color palette to choose from too. I mean, nothing too crazy. Next. Character archetype. Choose starting vocation within Ethyrial. On the next screen, be able to read. Okay. Let's see how many classes they got. Oh, okay. Okay. Looks like you got maybe like a base class. What is this? Like a base class and then maybe a specialization. What we got here? Berserker, Spellblade, Brawler, Crusader, Warden. Protectors, I'm assuming these are like tanks in the game. We're going to keep looking through, see what else we got. Hunters, or archers, excuse me. What was your range class? Hunter and ranger. Let's see what the difference is. It's a hunter, master of the bow, makes you dangerous from afar. It's like bow, traps. Something about getting up close, but I don't know. I mean, I can't see it. Oh, this one's okay. Okay. So archer's kind of your, or hunter's kind of your typical bow and arrow. This guy's a little more magic infused. I get behind that. Ooh, a support, a range support. Ooh, tickling my fancy over here. I kind of like that. I'm not gonna play it, but I like the idea. Rogues. All right, this is I never get into these stealth. I'm a running gun kind of guy. I'm not a big stealth around, sneak around little guy. Ain't for me. I kind of get that. This is where it might kind of start to Arcanists. This is where it can change. This is kind of where most games have something kind of different. You know, most MMOs got you get your same physical classes, right? You're always going to have a warrior. You're always going to have, you know, some sort of big two-handed weapon deal or a weapon wielding DPS. But when you start to get into casters, this is kind of where you start to see differences in MMOs. And this is where I think the creativity can shine from a class point of view. Mystics. Let's see what mystics are. These must be the healers. Haven't seen any healers yet. Looks like it. These are healer supports. Yep. Utilize magical prowess to aid allies and weaken your foes. Alright, looks like we might have just been a little hiccup there. Not too bad. Restarted it. Restarted Steam. Came right back up. A little strange, but those are kind of day one hiccups. I thought maybe they were bringing it down to do some maintenance, but false alarm, I guess. So we'll go back to new character. Oh, yeah. Let's do this again. We'll just we'll speedrun this. Get back to the classes. All right, one short time skip later, and we're back. We'll finish up these classes. I think we had just finished up on the Enchanter, and we'll go ahead into the Priest. This is kind of your standard, I'm guessing, your standard healer archetype in every MMO. You got Priest all in every MMO. Devotion to the Great Flame allows you to bless your allies with light, heal and protect allies. Yeah, cool. Sounds like a Priest. I like them. They're fun. Healers are cool. Cultist. This might change things a little bit. This might differ just enough in a healing class. Let's find out. As a cultist, you made the demon Nalazar your patron. The demon of sacrifice and pacts gives you demonic power to enter pacts that infuse you and your allies with demonic forces and bring pain to your foes. That is cool. That is a cool, at least class fantasy aspect to the game. It is different. I'm not sure if this is sacrifice your own health to maybe buff or maybe sacrifice enemies, maybe like a shared lifesteal or something like that. I don't know. Just spitballing here, but I like the idea of the sounds of that. That's cool. I like that so far. So we're going to go back to the fighters class, and we're going to make a warden. This one does damage, supports its allies. At least off first glance, it looks like that's my playstyle, and we're going to give it a shot. So we'll go ahead and hit confirm here, and we'll see where we're at. Character name. Just do our standard name there. Love cannolis. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to check a server. All right, so free to play. Oh, okay. This was not. So it looks like maybe this is a, well, all right, we'll take a step back from here. So I noticed this. I knew it was a free-to-play game, but I did notice this giant button screaming at you in the top right over here, the shop, saying I have no subscription. So let's just take a look at that. It is a free-to-play game from what I can tell, and maybe it leans kind of the same way RuneScape or Old School RuneScape did, where you have different servers depending on what your status is. So let's take a look. $10 a month, access to full content, Ethyrial, access to all game servers, cool. I don't know, renews, whatever. 12 months of game time for $100. I guess that is better. Whatever. In-game crap, I ain't a big fan of it. Especially on a game. I mean, it's a great deal, right? If the game's good, day one, asking for $300. Well, I mean, giving an option for $300. This is a hard sell here. This Explorer pack. I mean, it is cool. It is cool. Lifetime subscription. But you're very much. This is a gamble. This is you making a bet that this game will be good and will be around for more than 3 years. So. Otherwise, you're losing money on that. So I don't know. Looks interesting. Nothing too crazy. $10 a month, not a lot. But let's see what it actually gives access to. So I'm not getting a subscription. I don't care about that much. I want to see what the game's about. So we'll go here. We're going to choose a free-to-play server. It looks like they have Europe, North America West, which I'm at. So let's see if there's a free one. OCE, no. Okay, so there is no North America. There's no West Coast servers that are free. I'm going to have to stop myself right there. There absolutely is a free-to-play server for the West Coast. It's called Sacred Springs. I was able to find it day 2 when I revisited after going through the agony of playing on a East Coast free-to-play server while these servers were having a meltdown. I mean, it took me 30 minutes to get through the first four quests, and it was not a ton of fun. So let's jump right past that. Apparently my mic wasn't working too well here on this part, so I don't have the audio for it, but nothing too crazy here. Your standard start to any MMO, plops you in, talk to the first guy you see. In this case, go pick 10 berries, then go talk to the next guy in the next building over. My first kind of look at the game and feel of the game mainly was that the movement is extremely just slow, sluggish, clunky, no diagonal movements, and you're very much on a grid. The UI is, about as basic as you can get, and there's not a whole lot of hand-holding or even information in the quests that kind of tell you where to go, what to do, at least from my point of view. Back day 2, I did end up switching up to the West Coast server, restarting. Ping, way better. I don't know if that was server-side work they did or if it's just being on West Coast, but way easier to do and play the game. It took me 5 minutes to get here, which when it took me 15-20 minutes on the East Coast server. So same spot. Let's see what's happening. And I do like that they added, well, I'm not sure if they added, but I now have kind of a quest tracker there underneath the mini map. So find a way to the basement, kill some rats. Let's go take a look. Finally get into some of the combat here. And see what it's all about. I can't imagine it's gonna be crazy. From the looks of it, very RuneScape-esque. So last time, let's head on downstairs. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I just fell. Whatever. I wasn't taking anything. Can highlight a lot of this stuff. Oh, nah, I can just inspect it. See if we can get any, steal anything. Maybe we can attack this stuff. Break it open. Nope. I'm just gonna go right for the rat. All right, cool. Let's see here. Charge it up. Take a couple hits here. Big whack. Okay. It is. It feels a lot like RuneScape. Trading attacks. Really kind of just feels that same way. I do kind of like the combo system. Maybe this auto attack tracker. It's a nice little UI change. It's not too bad. Not change, but a UI element that I like. Chunky hits. They're rats, but still not a fan of the movement. It's okay. It's just real slow. Kind of just feels real clunky. I don't know. I don't like how almost like you're just walking in peanut butter the whole time. Something weird, you know. There we go. Cool. Repair the gloves. Let's go find out what we're doing. Probably the trader down here, I'd imagine. The mailbox. Is this my... You know what I never noticed? Oh, okay. I'm kind of hoping just this class is kind of... The movement is just clunky because he's the warrior type. Or fighter archetype. Maybe like if you're playing a rogue or a hunter or something like that, it's a little bit better. Hello, Marcellus Redbeard. Welcome to East Harbor Adventurer. I go by the name Marcellus Redbeard, and I captain the Sea Carrion on her voyages Step onto the crates and climb aboard my beautiful sea carrion. We'll set sail in a minute or two. Bye. Cool. So let's get off this. Let's get to the mainland. Kind of see what the game actually has to offer. Choose one. Oh, what is this? Complete a tutorial before leaving Solitaire House. You get one more ability. Okay, choose one. I mean, I got one to choose. Could have just said, "Hey, here's your ability." I guess. Whatever. Not a big deal. Just kind of a strange choice. So you complete Tutorial Island. You get shipped off to basically a second Tutorial Island. Once you land, you talk to the first guy you see. He's going to tell you to go kill some spiders. You go beat up on a couple of spiders. Come back. Gives you another quest. Hey, go talk to this old drunk. Lives on the edge of town. Bring him some wine. Which is kind of a little interesting quest. It's got some fun flavor text in it where you're not supposed to talk about a dumb hat, or you get a little bit of a surprise. That was a little fun. But that's your basic quest type. At least on the second tutorial island from what I went through. Kill some stuff, fetch quest. That's all I really encountered with very little variety. But what is kind of nice is each quest is multi-legged, and you'll go from killing spiders to then healing the people who are getting destroyed by spiders, all the way until you get. I mean, it'll keep going until you reach a difficulty that you're just not prepared for. For instance, the spider quest. By the time you get to the end, they want you to go check the well. You go into a cave underground. At the end of it, there's this massive spider, and you can't do it at the level you get the quest at. Not solo, at least. So you either need a group, which I didn't do, or you have to out-level it. And I died to that spider, learning that lesson the hard way more times than I'd actually like to admit. Outside of trying to kill this giant spider, there's not a whole lot of excitement happening. You do your fetch quests, you do your kill quests, and even leveling up, you could miss it. Nothing happens when you level up. I mean, you get your level X, whatever, 3, 4, 5, but you don't get any attributes to put in. You don't get any talents. You don't get any skills. Mind you, this is at, sub-level 10. But it just kind of happens. It's kind of strange and a little bit of a letdown, if I'm being honest. But outside of doing that, I went, did my class quest, which was pretty interesting. Got to go subdue raging spirits of the forest, which is very nice because that lends to your class fantasy, and that's enjoyable to me, especially in games like these where that seems to be a draw to the game, especially when they have, 24 classes or whatever it was. Got to go into the city. You go to your first big town. They have a towns board. Didn't work. You have all of your professions, and doing the professions didn't seem like there was a limit. And you got to, while learning the profession, you got to keep the gear. They give you everything, and then they teach you all they know about the beginning profession, which was really nice, actually. And seems like you get some pretty useful gear, especially through jewel crafting. But after doing all that and walking around and walking, and man, there is a lot of walking in this game. And I get it. I know the game this is the very beginning of the game. I understand that. But man, as I said before, the movement is just not good to begin with. So it gets very boring very quick, and you end up spending 80% of your time walking somewhere, which is just, it's whatever. But did all that, went down, got to see a burning library, kill some humans, which was nice for a change. Everything up to then had been killing wolves or killing spiders, animals basically. So got to do that. That was nice to see. And there was a little mini boss lieutenant in there. He wasn't much, but then I mean, and once I hit that, I was basically done. The last quest I ended up doing was at the very edge of the map. You talk to a guy and you want you to map out some places you've already been, which was my absolute least favorite quest. It's a quest that didn't auto track, so even though I had already mapped out the place, I still had to go back and walk there. So, and after all of that, get to the end, finish every quest on the map, I find out, hey, tutorial island, that's it. That's all you get on the free to play. This isn't like RuneScape where you can go and have your own free to play story. This was, you have Tutorial Island 1, you got Tutorial Island 2, Solitary Island, mind you, probably should have got that from the beginning. And then you're just done. I confirmed on Discord, I checked. They did say, yep, that's it for the free to play servers. So that was a big letdown. I know it sounds like I didn't enjoy myself playing this game, but I did. I had a good time. I thought that the combat was enjoyable for the style of game that it is. I thought that the classes are very interesting, and I enjoyed some of the class fantasy. And even the hardcore elements that I got to see in the game, such as no like trainers you walk up to, pay 10 gold, and they teach you your quest or you teach you your skills. You actually had to go through. You do something. You do a quest related to your trainer, and then he teaches you something. So that was nice. Basically, my biggest gripe with it is that I don't understand why it is a free-to-play server. I mean, I don't understand why there's a whole server dedicated to it for something that is honestly a glorified tutorial. Games like RuneScape, you have a whole free story you can go through, and it gates off the stuff that you can't. WoW, you can get all the way up to level 20, and you can experience a decent amount of what you would see in the game. In this, there was no matchmaking, there was no PvP, there was no dungeons, there was nothing. Like I said, you go through the very base amount of things. Honestly, if you want to try out the free-to-play servers to save yourself time, I would go, look for a class that looks like fun, or even try multiple classes. Jump in, do the first couple quests. Your combat is going to be very similar. You're only going to get one extra spell throughout the whole time you play it. And then make your decision there. At the very most, I would say get to the point where you get to the very first town, and then to try out professions, and then if you enjoyed the game, if you enjoyed what you saw from that little bit, jump right into the paid version and go from there. That's what I'm going to do. I planned on doing it now, but the launch was so bad that they are doing a relaunch on May 12th. So anything done now is going to be wiped. So I'm just going to sit back, wait for things to kind of calm down a little bit, and then jump back on after the game wipes and relaunches. So hope you enjoyed the review. If you're going to check it out, Ethyrial Echoes of Yore. It's on Steam. Let me know what you think. Peace.